ground, folks. What we're doing today is a quick review, installation, and service of Coleman 16 SEER R410A heat pump. Come on, guys. What's up, buddy? How you doing? It's okay. How you doing, buddy? How you doing? This is the energetic one right here. All right, go play around, guys. You good. All right, guys, real quick. This is a recent install we did last week. I was just out here to put some more insulation inside where we did the air handler. Guys, the existing heat pump that was here was like probably 40 years old. So the ductwork, the insulation that was on the old ductwork was all dusty and it fell apart. So we did the install, I believe last Friday, and we got them up and going, but we came back today with some brand new insulation, and we just got done inside insulating the ducts. So, and by the way, guys, this is a 4-ton. This is a big boy. As far as installation, guys, this is no different than, and once again, this is a Coleman 4-ton R410A heat pump. As far as installation, this is no different than your conventional heat pump. Your joints are 7/8 and 3/8. You definitely want to keep the line set 7/8. You don't want to reduce it down to 3/4. That could eventually mess up your compressor. So 7/8 is your suction, 3/8 is your liquid, 3/8 is conventional. As far as installation, guys, we chose, and I'm gonna try to get a good picture so you guys can see. We chose 6-inch heat pump risers. Now, guys, we're in Pennsylvania, so it's safe to say our expected snow level is going to be at least that high. Worst case scenario. What's up, buddy? So, guys, you never want to install brand new heat pumps on the ground, because what can happen if this heat pump was on the ground? What can happen in the wintertime when it snows real bad? You don't want the bottom of the coil, I'm talking of your heat pump out here, to freeze up. And now once it gets covered in snow, guys, instead of this unit working at 4 tons, if you block off a portion of this condenser coil, now you're making this heat pump work harder and you're lowering the capacity. So always, guys, I don't care if this is a Coleman, Carrier, Lennox, whatever the case is, if you guys are installing brand new heat pumps, always use risers. Disclaimer, the only time you don't use risers on heat pumps is if you're putting a heat pump below deck. Now, this customer doesn't have a deck, but let's say if this is like an outdoor patio and the deck comes out well above, and this is the other unit, by the way. If the deck comes out well above the unit, effectively covering the unit, then sometimes you can put these on the ground. But like I said, guys, for what it's worth, I mean, these risers are what, maybe $10 to get these heat pumps off the ground. I mean, it's not really going to cost you much, but just as a fail-safe, like I said, just to cover your tail, always use heat pump risers. And we got brand new suction line insulation. And also the whip, we use a 3/4 whip. The old whip that was here was a 4-foot. We had to use a 6-footer. And when possible, guys, keyword when possible, I always like facing my line, setting my electric out to make it easier to service. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, but like I say, you don't want to intentionally install a unit that's going to make it hard to access your electrical component. Like I said, guys, I mean, I know some jobs you gotta do what you gotta do, but that's why whenever we quote these jobs, we always step back and we say, okay, if we hypothetically look at the brand new unit here, what would we need? The old unit was facing in, and that's why that 4-foot whip will work. But like I said, we wanted to have this new system facing out, so we opted to go for a 6-foot whip. But like I said, guys, it's recommended to have the units facing out, but I know sometimes, once again, you gotta do what you gotta do. But preferably, to make it easier to service, you want to have your line set and your whip facing out towards the open direction. So, and I believe, no, these aren't micro channel. Guys, another thing, we used to deal with Duquesne, but unfortunately our supplier got bought out by Ferguson, and as a result, I think Ferguson has Ring. And like I said, guys, to each his own. I never had much success with Rheem as far as with warranty. So we choose not to deal with Rheem. So instead of staying with that supplier, we opted to try out Coleman. So guys, this will be a trial and error for a couple of months. I know right now they're switching over from 410A to their new refrigerants to A2L. So it's going to be a wait and see game. But like I said, I like these Coleman heat pumps. Like I said, they're very compact, easy to install. It's not really much to it, like I said. And once again, guys, worst case, if you read the manual, it'll tell you exactly how to wire it up. You know, you have your conventional RYOW2, common, and so on and so forth. Inside is just a basic one-stage T6 thermostat. Technically, it's a two-stage, guys. T6, you have your O, which is your primary heat, and you have your W2, which is my electric heat inside. So technically, that's a two-stage thermostat, but this is a conventional setup, to say the least. Like, this is not really anything out the ordinary, but like I said, guys, coming from Duquesne heat pumps to this, it's pretty much the same. It's not really that much of a difference. Now, the only thing I did hate about Duquesne heat pumps is that sometimes, and you guys will notice this too, on 16 SEER Duquesne heat pumps, sometimes they put the hose connections too close to each other. It's like pretty stupid. But like I said, guys, we only did maybe 3 Coleman installs so far. I did a 90% furnace, a straight AC. I did this one. We did a heat pump here and the air handler, and I think it was another one, another 80% furnace. But like I said, guys, we've been dealing with Coleman for a while, but like I said, we never dealt with them as a primary dealer. So we'll see how it goes, guys. Once again, I'm talking from a technician standpoint. Installing this is simple. Now, from a consumer standpoint, the warranty is 10 years parts warranty. So the customer gets the benefit of, if anything breaks down within 10 years, you know, they're going to pay a fraction of the cost, whether, knock on wood, hopefully not, but if it's a compressor issue or a condenser coil, anything of that nature, like I say, you don't have to worry about, the customer don't have to worry about paying full price for anything. And also, we included 2 years free maintenance here. So moving forward, this customer is going to get a bunch of remodeling done out here, guys. So it is what it is with this backyard for now. But I informed the customer, and most importantly, keep the filter clean inside. And if they're doing any work out here, just try to cover this unit. But for the most part, guys, like I said, the old unit they had, this thing was tripping breakers like crazy. So I'm glad that they called us out when they did. So, and I think next week the temperatures are going to drop a little bit more. But guys, next month in general, that's when the weather is going to heat up. So I'm glad this customer made the choice to invest in a 16 SEER heat pump. And like I said, moving forward, they're going to have minimum problems as long as they keep the filters clean and we get the annual service done twice a year. They're good to go. So, and another thing before I let you go, there's a big tree. I don't know what was here before, but there was a bunch of tree branches. I had to cut this down. And guys, I didn't have my saws but I also let the customer know, just to cover our tail, if this thing grows back, it could damage the coil. The customer said he's going to get his landscaper. I think he's going to put some type of garden or some type of farm. I don't know, guys, they're going to be growing a lot of stuff here. This customer has a lot of yard. It's on this side, and they got another backyard on the other side, but they're going to be growing a lot of stuff back here, hopefully legal. But guys, he said that he's going to get, I think I spoke to him about this last Friday before I left here. He said he's going to get his landscaper to cut those shrubs deeper down into the ground. I just cut them back enough to install the unit, but moving forward, we just don't want anything growing that's going to disturb, like I said, the coil or damage the coil in that case. So what's up, buddy? But all right, guys, that's all there is to it. I'm about to rock out. What you got to email? You want to play catch? But all right, guys, I will see you guys on the next one. Come on, boys. Come on. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.